Welcome to the In Between podcast. We are really excited about this week's episode. Lots of fun things in store and a challenge just for you coming up. So stay tuned and enjoy the In Between. Welcome back to the In Between podcast. We are so excited to have you this week. This is not an ordinary episode. Today is January 25th, and that means that today we're celebrating Paige's birthday. Paige is, I can tell how old you are, right?
Sure. Why not?
38 years old today.
Oh.
So yeah, I know. Just inching closer to that big 4-0. But yeah, we wanted to kind of celebrate that today and focus on that today. It's a great day, and it's Paige's birthday, so we're celebrating.
All right.
And we're excited.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Well, thank you for just reminding me that I'm inching closer to 40. It's really exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my birthday. I'm 38 today, and I have decided that 38 is the new, 24. So yeah. So cheers to me. But yeah, it's my birthday, but we're still gonna do our normal into it and over it. So, and then we're gonna do something a little bit different. So, since it's my birthday, I'll go first. I will tell you what I am into right now. It's super kind of nerdy, but I just I've heard about people doing this before, but I just for myself learned that you can borrow books from the library, but not books, but like ebooks and audiobooks. I've been wanting to do more audiobooks.
Yeah.
And, but they're pretty expensive sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But you can do it from your library. And so I just this week hooked up my Kindle and my audiobooks to the local library, and they have all of these great brand new books. And they're not always available. Like some of them you have to wait or whatever, but you go ahead and tell them the ones that you want, and then they let you know when they're available. So I'm into it. So I just got downloaded an audiobook that I'm listening to when I exercise, and I'm enjoying it. So, and I like that it's for free.
Awesome.
Yeah.
They are kind of pricey. I've purchased a few, and I'm like, this is as much as the actual book. And I mean, it's the same content, so I get it. But yeah, they're pricey. So yeah, if you can rent it from the library,
Yeah, it's very cool.
Cool. Well, I am super into Acai Bowls. They are fabulous. It's acai, A-C-A-I. You've probably seen it. It's a type of fruit. A lot of people mispronounce it, but I have learned here in Nashville that it is pronounced acai. And they're delicious. It's like this frozen mixture of the berry and frozen bananas and sometimes apple juice, sometimes like almond milk or something. And then it's kind of like a frozen yogurt, but there's no yogurt. I mean, it's just like a slushy thing. And then they top it with fresh fruit, all kinds of stuff. Granola, honey. They're super healthy, and they are delicious. There's a new place that just opened up by my house. And so, yeah, it's good. Good little treat. And they're really filling.
Mm-hmm.
A little pricey, at least they are here. But you can usually share them or have leftovers. They're pretty filling. So, yeah.
You introduced me to them over the Christmas break. And I'll be honest, I thought, I bet they're okay. But I always kind of made the assumption that they were going to have that, I don't know what it is, but a lot of health food has that little take to it. I don't even know what it is, but it has like an aftertaste. But it didn't. I loved them. I thought it was delicious. So I was so glad you introduced them to me.
So if you're in Lubbock, I know they sell them at Vitality Bowl, which is down kind of
by Texas Tech. So
Texas Tech, Glen Goodacre, I think, is the street. Mm-hmm. They have them kind of all over here in Nashville, and they are really good. So that's what I'm into. What are you over right now?
You know what? I'm just over winter sickness. I feel like right now, probably all over the country, it's like this. Kids and adults alike, everywhere I turn, people are just sick. And I'm just really over it. So both of my girls were sick last week. I still have one sick this week. So I just kind of made the decision today, like the rest of this week, like we are hunkering down. We've got to get her well. And I am sanitizing things and just trying to end the sickness. Yeah, I'm over it.
We have been really lucky. Like I was thinking back several years past. Mm-hmm. I feel like we always are sick in January. And I'm sure it's like that for everybody, but it's like my family, we've always just had a January. It's like, I don't know if we're just passing it around or whatever, but this year we have been well. Mm-hmm. And I'm just praying that continues. Yeah. Because it does seem like if one gets it, at least 2 or 3 others, or it's like we're all down and it's just miserable. So I mean, at the beginning of the year, I was like, God, I don't want to get sick. I don't want to get sick. Last year I had the flu and strep throat like at the same time. It was just a mess. And when I'm sick, forget about it. Nobody knows what to do. If my husband's sick, he's not going to watch this, so I can say this. You would have thought the world has ended. I mean, it's just like, have you seen that video of the lady addressing her husband with the cold? We need to share that. It is, I had to pause it. I was laughing so hard and I was missing part of it. But I mean, it's like, just stop the presses. Everything is falling apart when your man has a cold. So yeah, it's good that we are all staying well. For me, what I'm over, I don't want to offend anybody with this. So if you're one of these people, I'm sorry, but it's got to stop. So I'm super over the Facebook posts, and they're always like a copy and paste sort of a thing, but it's like, I know who my real friends are and I'm watching to see. It's like,
yes.
My real friends will share this, and it's like, whatever. And some of those things are really good and you want to pass that along, but most of it's like, I just don't know. I mean, I'm sorry. If you're seriously unfollowing somebody because they don't copy and paste, come on now. You're not doing that. You're not, are you really going through and seeing who's doing? No one's doing that. So just stop it. It's
yes.
I feel like a twinge of guilt, and I'm like, I'm not going to post this, and then they don't unfollow me because I see it a week later, some other thing they're going to unfriend me over. I'm like, well, I'm not a true friend because I didn't follow I didn't do the last one. You can cut me off if you need to, but I can't deal with it. I'm just like, it's like the chain letter.
Oh, I agree. You know, it wasn't too long ago, a couple months ago, her dad actually posted one of those. And I called him and I said, Dad, what are you doing? You need to go take that off your Facebook right now. And the truth was he didn't read the whole thing because it actually was really nasty at the end. Not nasty, but just like, he was like, oh, I thought it was like, I don't know. So I agree. People need to stop with that.
Speaking truth, it's so whatever. I'm over that for sure. Every time I read one, I just roll my eyes and keep scrolling. I'm like, please go ahead and unfriend me because I know you're going to put another one next week, and if you don't pass this along to 10 people, you're going to whatever.
Yeah.
Those things like the sick kid, press amen if you believe in merit. Like that doesn't, I'm sorry. Yes, pray for the. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent. Anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's just be positive and.
Yeah. I have limited my Facebook scrolling, and it has made life better lately. So.
I need, like about a year ago, I did a real good, like go through, let's unfollow that person. Not unfriend, we're still friends, but like nothing that you say brings me joy or encouragement. It just stresses me out. So I'm unfollowing you. Like I need to go through another one of those.
I do too. That's a good idea. Yeah.
I mean, you can just hide posts from this person.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Facebook spammers, quit messaging me weird. Some people are doing it. You probably get the same ones. They're sending it to everybody. I'm sorry.
I do.
Enough.
Yes. Or even just check the dates on things, like when you repost them.
Oh my gosh.
Like news articles. Because
check the date.
Maybe the war that we need to be praying for in Kurdistan. It was in 2013.
Yeah, check the dates for sure.
So, and the thing is sometimes they'll repost things and it says
the date.
13th. Yes. Okay, we need to stop and get off that.
Hey,
it's my birthday.
let's all just get a handle on our Facebook because we ain't got time. Let that be your gift to Paige this year.
Please.
No more of that Facebook nonsense. So it's your birthday.
Yeah.
Woo.
I know.
Excited? What are you looking forward to this? Like, what's? How are
you? As far as the actual birthday, I used to get really excited about my birthday, and I really wanted a big celebration. But probably about 5 years ago, I got done with that, and I kind of just more went low key, you know. I want to feel special. I want to feel loved, but I don't need a big party. I don't need anything so big. I'm excited about this year. I'm not really excited about 38. It does sound kind of old, older, but I like where my life is. I feel like I have a better handle maybe on just who I am and what I'm supposed to be doing. And so so it's good. So 38's good. Yeah. I'm excited.
Awesome.
So we were talking and I thought, hey, since we're having a podcast release day on my birthday, maybe what we could do today is I could give a challenge to everybody. Because I have been thinking about this 30th year. And like I said, I like where I am. I like who I am. But if I could change anything, I want to be a little bit more proactive about doing the things I say I want to do. I don't know if that makes sense. And so because I'm turning 38, I kind of stopped and I made a list of 38 things that I want to do this next year. And we were talking and you were like, hey, I'll do that too.
Yes. And I think it goes along. We've been talking about goals and setting some organization to your life and some planning. And I think just having things to work towards are always important. And so I love this idea of our 38 things is what we're calling it. They don't have to be big major things. We're going to talk about some of them today, but just little things that maybe you've always wanted to accomplish or do or try. And we decided this is the year to do it. Yeah, absolutely. So what's on your list? Share a couple. Let me give you a few highlights. Okay. So this first one I'm actually sharing is super random. And I actually read my list aloud to Josh a couple of nights ago. And he helped me brainstorm 2 or 3 things because I was a little bit short on everything. And this is the only one, actually, he was like, you're not going to, no, that's weird. I don't want to do that. And so I crossed it out and I replaced it with eat more veggies. But then today, before we were doing it, I thought, you know what? I'm putting it back in the list because this is so random. It is that I want to visit Marfa, Texas. Yeah. Have you heard of Marfa, Texas? Heard of it. I don't quite know why I've heard of it, but I've heard of it. Okay, so it's like this little artistic community. You've probably seen the sign before of Prada, Marfa. And a lot of people think it's an actual Prada store in the middle of Marfa, which is like a desert town. But it's actually this whole art installation that looks like a Prada store. It's just an art installation. But I have read articles on it. Apparently there's really fantastic food and like art galleries, and you can go glamping. Like there's places to like rent, like, you know, like fancy camping. Yeah. So sometime this year, I know it's so random, but I have said in the back of my mind, I just want to go to this random place. It's only like a 5-hour drive from where I live. Okay. So I want to go visit some place that has always just intrigued me. And I'm prepared that I may be totally like, well, that was a waste, but like, at least I will have done it. Just experienced it. Sounds to me like it needs to be like a girl's trip. If Josh is excited about it, you know, that may be more of a little weekend getaway. Well, go to Marfa. I mean, Marfa. Right. That's awesome. Yeah. That's cool. So one of my things on my 38 list, and you're good about this, I want to make some photo memory books.
Mm-hmm.
I have so many photos. They're everywhere. They're on my computer. I've got an external hard drive stuffed with them. My phone. I mean, we take all these photos and then they're trapped in a machine somewhere. I have really fond memories of growing up. My mom was always good about having photo albums and stuff. And I loved looking through that and going, oh, I remember that vacation. Oh, I remember that trip. I remember that birthday party or whatever. And I think that's important. I think that's how we form a lot of memories a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
It helps us hang on to those memories. You know, you see that photo, you'll go, oh, I remember that. But what you really remember is that picture of that event or whatever it was. I had actually made this whole photo album for my daughter, Ava. I was making it for her before we moved. It was a whole like gymnastics thing just of her because it was such a sweet time in her life and I wanted her to have all these memories. And I never printed it. Like, what is wrong with me? I don't know what. It's still, I can still print it. But I just, almost like a yearbook for her of all, you know, level 2 pictures, level 3, level 4, like her friends, her different meets, her and her coaches. I mean, I have some really amazing pictures and I want her to remember that time. And I think just having it on the coffee table or on a bookshelf where, you know, you can pull it out and look through it. I think so. I've got to do that. And this year, I want to make some memory books.
I think that's a great plan. I am pretty good about it. I usually like over the holiday break, I'll try to make it for the previous year. I haven't done it yet for 2016. So it's actually on my list to make sure I get that done. Yeah. But I will tell you, my girls, they will just go and pull them out. They love them so much. I'll give you a couple of tips and people too. I love to use Shutterfly, but there's a lot of great companies, Snapfish, things like that. And if you do Shutterfly, they have deals constantly. So what I will do is I will make the book and then I will wait until like 6 times a year, they'll do all of their photo books for 50% off because they can be a little bit pricey, but if you'll wait, you can get a good deal. Another app that I'm using right now is called Chatbooks. Yeah. And it just links with your Instagram. And every time I think you get to, I'm going to say it wrong, it's either 30 or 60 pictures, it automatically makes you a book for $8 and mails it to you, just of all of your Instagram pictures.
Oh.
So you may not want all of those, but I have a friend that what she did is she created private Instagrams, one for each of her kids, and she would go in and just upload all the pictures she wanted of that kid that year, and then linked that, and then boom. And so that was a great idea. And then I just heard about this. I thought this was a really great idea. There's another app called One Day, just one day. And what it encourages you to do is take one picture a day. It's not something that you post to social media. And then it gives you a place to just like write one sentence or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of the year, it turns it into a book for you. And so it may not like capture like, especially if you're wanting to highlight like a big event where there's multiple pictures in that one day. But sometimes you just want like,
it's cool to have just kind of a snapshot of that whole year.
Life, you know? Yeah. And so I was listening to a podcast actually, and this lady was saying she was doing it and she was really loving it. And she just does it at bed at night before she goes to bed. She is like, oh, I want to put this picture. And then she'll write to remember what her kid said that day or what project or whatever. So I think it's a great idea.
Yep. Okay, cool. What else is on your list?
Okay, I'm trying to think. I have so many. Well, I have 38. One thing I really want to challenge myself with is I want to have more fun this year. By nature, I'm not a spontaneous person. I'm not I'm very much a rule follower. Yeah. So I kind of have that.
What does fun look like to you? What is that?
I know, right? That's kind of, so, but I especially want to be more spontaneous with my kids and I want to enjoy moments with them. So I wrote this down because my Haven, who's 4, at least twice a week, she will pick out outfits for me. Like shoes. It's usually a dress because she loves dresses. So like the other day, it was a dress, a fur coat, these ballet flats. She chose the jewelry.
Oh, wow.
She told me how I should wear my hair. And she was crushed when I was like, you know what, baby? That is a great outfit idea, but I'm not going to wear that today. So one of my things is that at least once, but I'm going to try 3 times to wear.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just her and I go to the dollar store. But, and I just think that's fun for her. And it will even be fun for me to experience that. Yeah. And, and speaking of, here she is.
Hi, Paige.
Hi. Okay, go back with Dad. Yeah, I love you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing a show. Say bye, Lola.
Bye, Lola.
Bye, babe. She's a mess.
Yeah. So it's just a random thing, but as I was thinking about my things, I just kept thinking,
yeah,
she loves that so much. And so I just want to even honor her.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's fun for me necessarily, but sometimes for me, if I will just intentionally do things that break me out of the rules I put around myself, it then changes my mindset to be a little bit more spontaneous in general.
That's awesome. Good. Well, another thing on my list, this is like a project, but this is going to sound so dumb. I want to park my car in the garage.
Oh, yeah.
You know that garages are meant for cars to be parked in them? Apparently. That's not a thing in my life, in my world. I don't know that since I've been married, if I've ever parked the car in the garage. We just have used it for storage. Our last house, it got converted into a studio, but we have a garage here.
Yeah.
And right now it's almost halfway cleaned out. The other half is just, it's so much stuff. And I'm like, honey, we've got to go through this. Like, if it's sitting in a box, we probably don't need it, or we need to get it out and start using it. So we need to decide that. So anyway, that is a goal of mine. So it's kind of a project attached to it. Like, we've got to clean, organize. Most of what's in there is more studio equipment, and we don't have room in the house for it, but we're kind of looking at some different options in studio spaces. And so hopefully that will help clean that out, because there's nowhere to park a car.
Yeah.
We actually found out, I cleaned it out halfway, because when we were coming back to Texas for the holidays, we were going to park my husband's truck in there. Because we were going to be gone for over 2 weeks. And his truck was actually too long. Like, it wouldn't fit. So I'm hoping my car fits. I think it will. But Taylor's car, my daughter's car fits. So we actually parked hers in there while we were gone, which was nice, just to get one off, out of the driveway and all that. But I want to be able to do that. So it's kind of a big deal. Like, let's make some room. Kind of goes with that organized, giving everything a home and a place to belong. And if it doesn't have a place, we may need to get rid of it. So that's on my list.
I think that's a great goal.
I know. I mean, I don't know why I can park in the driveway. It's just something I want to be able to do.
Yeah.
Something else to have a clean garage and not have all the mess.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, from someone who does park in the garage, it's super nice, especially when it's cold out. Your car's a lot warmer.
Well, like this morning, I get a text from my daughter who's like, Mom, I left my recorder in my backpack. I have to have it. And it was like, I could tell she was in a panic. I was like, okay, I'm going to run the recorder to school. Well, I opened the garage. It is pouring buckets of rain. And it was like, okay, let me go find an umbrella. I mean, if I had just run around to my car, I would have gotten drenched. So, it would be so nice to just get out of the rain. And so, that's a goal.
That's a good goal. I like it.
That's what I want to do. Park in the garage.
Park in the garage.
Yes.
One of your 38 things. Very good. I like it. Yeah. So one of my things is I want to plant a small garden. So the last 2 years, I discovered I love plants. I moved into our house. We had all these pots, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to kill everything. And I didn't. And even look, like, now I'm becoming this plant lady. I have plants everywhere. So I had this little piece of land in my backyard that nothing's growing right now. And so I've said for the last 2 years, you know what? I should plant like a little garden, just start small. I don't know. But that's my plan.
What do you want to plant?
I'm thinking like some tomato. Some tomatoes, I don't know how plants work. I'll probably need to do some research on what grows well here. My kid loves strawberries. So even if I could do a couple of strawberry plants and she could watch how they, and things like that. Yeah.
That's been such a big difference here since we've moved here. Is different. I wasn't ever great back in Texas, but I kind of knew what would grow and what wouldn't. And it's totally different here. I mean, it's just, so I'm learning things like what kind of trees and bushes.
Yeah.
Like that. So I feel like I'm at a whole new, we have actually 2 like garden box things in our backyard, but they're totally, I don't know that I'll ever do anything with them just because I'm still trying to like keep the bushes and the plants alive. But yeah, that's a great goal. I love that.
Thanks.
I always thought I was going to do that. Our last house when we lived in Lubbock, we had a lot of land and I was like, maybe I'll get into gardening. I didn't, but we had the space for it. It does take some research and some time. So, but I know a lot of people that are really good at it. So got some resources. So
I know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so another thing for me is I want to give my girls piano lessons.
Oh.
So my kids, they all have an interest in it. And I taught piano lessons for years. And so I think they're at a good age where they'll receive well from me. Sometimes that's kind of hard to teach your own kid, but I think it'll work. I think it'll be good. So I want them to do that. I think if they started doing it, they'd really love it. So we're just going to go for it. I ordered their books last week sometime. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So we're going for it. We're going to.
Started on it. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, good. So I have a couple of reading goals for myself. One is how many books I want to read, but really the one I was going to talk about is my sweet husband. He always is recommending me different books to read. And usually they're business books. And I just say, oh, honey, that's great. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read at least one.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell him, like, this needs to be the good one. Like, I'm going to read one book of Josh's choice.
Yeah.
Something that he wants me to learn about. So, yeah.
Cool. That's a good goal to have.
Yeah.
It's really good goal to have. I set a few reading goals, but it was more like read more. I probably need to be a little more specific.
I find if you set like a number per month, that for me, that's a good, like,
I think that's a good place to start. I need to do that. I realized that as I was making my list, I was like, I could get a little more specific. Help me actually do some of the things. So it's like some things I put a time amount on. Like, for example, I put down invite friends over for dinner at least once a month.
Yeah.
So at first I had just invite friends over for dinner more. Well, what does that look like? What does that mean? So I said, okay, at least once a month, we want to have somebody over in our home and have dinner. So
that is good. That's a great goal.
One of my things. Yeah. All right. What else is on your list?
Well, all kinds of things. I wrote several things down that have to, I know of some travel I'm going to do this next year in my life. And so I wrote things down like, we're going to go to Italy for my husband's 40th birthday. So that at some point I want to go to a restaurant that has fabulous reviews, and I'm going to go and I'm going to let either the chef or the server choose my entire meal. Yeah. So for me,
that's
again,
awesome to do. Yeah.
It kind of goes back to that whole, like, I want to be more like spontaneous. Like, I just want to experience it, Or we're going to Africa on a mission trip. And so I don't know if this is a doable goal, but this, we're going to, just my family, we're going to go to Kenya for a few days. My dad has always told this famous story about a girl that he met with the name Jacqueline, which is my first name. So one of my goals is when I'm in Kenya, I'm hoping that I get to meet Jacqueline.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I wrote a couple things down, just trying to even maybe be intentional on those trips. Like, just with a couple little things that I want to see happen.
That's cool. one of the things I put on my list, and I want to do this soon, but I am hoping, I think we're getting a little more settled here now. And so we're ready to kind of start jumping into some things, but I want to find a place and start serving at our church. There's a lot of opportunities to serve. And so far we've just kind of been going and sitting and getting fed, as well as just getting kind of acclimated to everything. So I'm looking forward to finding a spot. I'm not sure where that'll be, but there's a lot of, like I said, a lot of opportunity there. So I'm excited about that. They're actually starting one thing that kind of interests me, and I don't even know if it's an option, but they're starting a high school ministry this year. They haven't really had that. They kind of slowly add things as they grow. But we have a high school age daughter, and so I would love to help out with that, whether that's opening our home for things or just picking something and taking it. I don't know what that will look like, but I've kind of sent an email like, hey, I would love to. However, so I don't know what that looks like, but I'm excited to get involved. I think it'll help meet new people and different things like that. So
that's good. Yeah. That's great. Wow. Well, we have some things to do then.
Yeah, and those are just a few. We have 38 things to do.
38, I know.
Yeah.
So here's my challenge to everyone. If you want to be a person who does more things, we're going to start from this day until my birthday next year. We are going to occasionally post on social media when we accomplish these things. So first of all, if you go to our website and you go to our blog, we're going to list our 38 things as a way to like hold ourselves accountable to them. And then as we complete them, we'll post them up on social media with the hashtag in between 38 things. So you've got your piano books in. So like the first day you teach the girls on our in between Instagram or something, Leslie will post it. So, and we would love for you to join us with that. Write your own 38.
If 38 feels like impossible, honestly, I was making the list. I was like, this is so much to do. But once you kind of get going, it's not terrible. But if that seems daunting, start with 5 things you want to accomplish and set out to do that. Think simple. Think a new recipe you want to try. The very first thing I put on my list was I want to learn how to make chocolate creme brulee. Nothing life-changing, nothing crazy. It's just something I love to eat, and I think it would be fun to try to learn to make it. So think in terms of simple, fun things you can accomplish.
Exactly.
But share your 38 things with us. Hashtag in between 38 things. And I think it'll be fun to look back at this year and go, oh my gosh, we really did a lot of cool things.
Yeah. And, occasionally we'll check in even on the podcast and see how we're coming. So that way next December, we don't still have 30 of the 38 things to do. So, Yeah. So, anyways, I'm excited about this. I don't know that it's actually a quote. I've just heard people say, you know what, we can do hard things and we can do fun things. I think life, if we're not careful, it can just pass us by. We just get busy. And so this is even an opportunity to be intentional with our time and say, you know what, I want to make sure that these things happen. So there's something really powerful about just writing it down, because once it's down, like it's out there, and it kind of holds yourself a little bit accountable to it. So I'm excited. I think it'll be fun.
And I think it's great when you accomplish something. It gives you, energy and excitement to go to the next thing. And you do something that may seem really simple. Well, next time you're not afraid to try something a little bit more challenging until you realize you really are doing the hard things that maybe scared you in the beginning, and you thought there's no way I could ever do that. I mean, honestly, if I'm being vulnerable and open, like one of the things I was kind of making my list and I was thinking travel things, and I put, let me find it on my list. Go to the beach this summer, because we're pretty close to beaches like in Florida. So that was the first thing. And then I put, feel good about myself at the beach this summer. Because like body image stuff, it's like, oh, that's crazy. And then that led to work on my confidence overall. I mean, I know that sounds silly, But if we go to the beach this summer, I want to enjoy every minute of it. And I don't want to be thinking about, I'm self-conscious. I don't want to go out in a bathing suit. I don't want to worry about any of that. I want to play in the ocean with my kids, and I want to build sand castles, and I just want to have a ball. But that means I got to start working on some things, And so your list may lead you to realize, oh, wow, this is an area I need to work on. So what's a simple way I can do it? Decide I'm going to tackle that thing and overcome it, and it's going to be great. So
yeah, it is.
So share your things with us. We'll put our 38 things up on the blog. Happy birthday, Paige. I hope this is like your best year yet. Sounds like you've got a lot of fun things happening, trips and travel, and lots to do with your list. So keep us up to date, and you guys connect with us and tell us what you're working on, and we will cheer you on and encourage you every step of the way. Thank you for setting goals with us this month and focusing on just getting your life in a better place so you can accomplish more and do all that you're called to do.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good stuff.
All right. We'll see you next week on The In-Between.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in to the In-Between podcast. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. And once again, we just want to send out a very happy birthday to Paige. Check out our website, theinbetween.com, and in the blog section, you will find both of our lists of 38 things. The 38 things we want to try to accomplish this upcoming year. And we challenge you to make your own list. Think of some things that maybe sound fun or just might stretch you and put you out of your comfort zone a little bit, and make a list and start checking those things off. When you do, we would love to hear about it. So share it with us on our Facebook or our Instagram pages, and don't forget to use the hashtag #TheInBetween38Things. We look forward to connecting with you this week, and we'll see you back here next time.